does help if someone's absent. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I went back and watched the one where I didn't make it, and you guys blamed everything on me. I heard everything you said.
Yeah, always show up.
what
It's
else
funny,
can
I was
do?
laughing.
okay, when we left off, you guys had just got unshrunk, and, well, you passed out again. Woke up the next day unshrunk. You find yourself tucked into your beds downstairs, and all of you are naked.
Sounds all right.
What happened? No, wait. Jesus, that's Rainer. Hold on. Everyone else go. I gotta figure out my accent.
Wait,
He's just gonna get up, completely uncaring that he's naked.
Like, why am I naked?
Yeah.
And
Cover
why
yourself
is
up.
Ezra standing up?
I mean, that's
I'm
what
looking for
happens in the
something.
morning. It's called mornwood. It's a human affliction.
I'm gonna start wandering around. I'm gonna find that mouse I killed, and I'm gonna full-size Eldritch Blast it.
you know, Riken, it's funny.
You look around for the mouse, but you actually don't see it anywhere.
Roy probably ate it. Oh, what's up, Ido?
Does Roy look guilty?
Riken, I was saying, it's funny, isn't it?
What? Did you have a
Your
dream
penis.
about me too?
Your penis.
Oh,
And
I mean-
I'll put my clothes on now. This is weird. Why are our clothes off?
Yo, you'd better be careful, Riken. Eidolon has access to enlarge.
yeah, whatever. Let's just say I'm carrying around 3 spears at all times. You know,
We're gonna have to all
one on
roll
my
for
back,
this?
one in my pants.
But didn't we already do that earlier?
I think so. I think we did roll for.
Is that your third spear the spear -1?
Yeah. Well, let's just see how cold out it is right now. Boom, guys. Boom.
D12?
It is a
Why are
hog.
you rolling a D12?
For size.
Yeah.
That's.
But you want me to do you want me to do circumference next?
I
guess it's-
understand now.
That's canon, boys. That's canon.
This is when Island is gonna use his rerolls today.
Oh look,
Or-
I got a 20.
Only D20 rolls.
I imagine he was
And if-
born with a tiny dick.
You need to roll your portents.
All right.
How we're calling it these days.
It's a good morning, boys.
I think I know where you should use that for.
Riken.
Hey, I was born with it. I didn't just wake up with it. All right. It's been like this since I was 12.
Something
Funny, you never looked.
That's all I'm saying. Some things stay shrunk.
A cold
I'm a
breeze
grower, not
wafts
a
through the
shower.
room.
It's cold this morning. Come on, guys.
I mean, I did see everybody else's. What is everybody else packing? And small creatures only get a D6.
Oh no!
That's why your
I swear.
staff's so big.
I swear, it's not normally like this.
Not all of Eidolon regrew.
That's what I was just gonna say. Part of him still shrunk.
I'm sorry, I picked a different timeline.
Guys, I'm telling you, it's just cold. It's cold in here.
Just thinking
I'll
of
take
George from Seinfeld.
I used a cantrip.
8, that's average, right?
Bonfire. Guys, come on, let's just warm up a bit. I knew I was gonna roll 1, 2.
You can't make it
I
through
mean, if
any
anything-
D&D campaign without having everybody compare penis size, apparently.
It's a guy thing.
I don't care what Riken says. I'm gonna roll D12 anyway. Oh, that's all it is. This is D12.
It's natural 20.
Roll it.
It's like, what?
Yeah, that
Not
makes
bad for a halfling.
Yeah, holy shit, Over. That thing reaches your knees.
Sorry, Aladon.
That's why he
Hey.
makes sure he stays clothed all the time, because it's not polite to let it just drag in the dirt.
Dude, it's smaller when you're a bear. Holy shit.
There's a lot of chafing if I let it hang.
Yeah, you gotta wear those compression shorts. I get it.
Hey, no fair, man. I'm young. You old guys and your big dongs just.
I'm not old.
Who are you guys?
Ido has
How
like a
old are
single
you,
hair.
Juan?
Yeah, how old are you, Eidolon?
15?
I'm only like 19 or something.
And you're not full grown by now.
Do you not keep track of your age?
I'm only like
who-
5 years older than you.
Who does when you have a made-up birthday?
He's 20, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm 4 years older.
I'm 5 years
Yeah.
older. Wait, I'm older than Ezra.
I'm only a year
5
older.
years older.
Well, Ezra's also half-elf?
Yeah, he's a very young half-elf.
You're basically a
How
baby,
are you?
right?
How are you out of the house?
Well, he's a half-elf, so
He's a
you don't
half-elf.
know.
So they probably kicked
That
him
expl-
out of the house.
And even then, elves that have lived in Waterdeep, they're not like, oh, you're a baby till you're 100. That's like very.
No, they mature just as fast as humans, but they don't leave home usually until much later.
It depends.
Yeah,
on the
because he's
culture
still
of
he's
the
still in his
elves, I'd
brooding
say.
emo phase. So
Like, if you have an elf that has lived in Waterdeep for generations and generations, it's gonna be like a normal person. I mean. Well,
All right.
should probably go check on Zephyros.
The eaglets, they weren't there when we were up in the top part of the tower.
Yeah, can you do that locate animal thing over like you did with the potato?
I can. But I want to go take a look at see if they're up there now or not.
All right.
Tower got messed.
Oh, I go take a look.
All right. You get to the middle floor and you find actually the eaglets are on the middle floor, currently being fed by Zephyros.
Hey guys, they're up here. Everybody's up here. Come on up.
Look at that, they are.
Zephyros is naked.
So are
So,
we.
Zephyros, why have you suddenly chosen to not wear clothes? Wait, you're still naked, old?
I mean, 8 inches worth. Why did you hide that?
yeah, no, dude, he's a nature boy. I'm right there with you, brother.
Were our clothes right there, Ben?
Yes, they were clean and set beside your beds.
Oh, the kittens are playing outside.
I start stretching, doing some toe touches, some jumping jacks, running in place, just getting ready for the day.
Did you put clothes on first?
Hell no.
You guys ever seen the beginning of American Psycho?
There's a
I
lot of
definitely put
flopping
clothes
around
on.
going on. man.
I don't know what's wrong with them. I put clothes on right away.
I would
mean,
have
in the
taken my clothes
military-
away, but I would have been more concerned about finding the eaglets first. Now I'm putting my clothes back.
I don't know. Has anybody here ran anywhere naked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Nah, I think Blink 182 was right. Let's just start nudist colony on a bus, and everything will be fine.
Probably bruising your thighs.
Oh,
would
we
be
fly
fine.
around the grounds. I'll look out a window.
All right. So you're looking out a window on the ground floor.
Well, I'm on the middle floor or wherever the eaglets are.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can look out a couple windows there. I mean, you have to climb up, but you can look at them. Yeah, wait, are you trying to see the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to climb up into the windowsill to do that.
I'm just curious if we're flying or not. That's it.
Nope, looks like the tower's still resting in the same location it was on the ground.
Cute. All right.
Zephyrus notices you guys moving around the room, and he clucks to the eaglets like a chicken, and he's like cluck, 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 like that, and then he turns to you guys and goes, "Well, it's about time you guys got up."
Yeah, about that. What in the world happened?
Zephyros, you got a little hole in the front of your nose from some kind of eldritch energy. Should get that looked at.
Zephyros, I think that your vocal cords may have stayed shrunk. It's little.
Question: did the dragon run off, or did we just shrink the dragon?
No, it ran
Good
off.
point. Zephyros, did you even get shrunk?
Oh.
No, he was wearing the serpent necklace when the explosion happened. Remember?
You're right. You're right.
Zephyros looks around and goes, "I don't know what happened to you. You just disappeared and then came back." He leans back down to the eaglets and goes, "Who's a good little chicken?" and hands them some more meat.
Chicken.
So quiet.
Zephyros
Hey.
continues to feed the eaglets for a while, anyways.
People told me I talk too much, right?
So Z-Dog. This tower is looking a bit at a, kind of rough shape. Is there anything that you need us to do to help get this baby back flying in the air?
He looks up from what he's doing and glances around. He goes, sadly says, "Yes, she's not doing well. It will take
Yes,
quite some
all these
time to
scratches.
fix her."
What would it take?
Just need like some sticks or something, or a little bit of glue. That usually works with all my fixes.
Considerably more than that. Without a stonemason, it will take me quite some time.
Ah, yes. That makes sense.
Is the tower able to fly, or is it completely grounded now?
Oh, she'll fly. Not very well.
Where are we located, map-wise?
We're a couple days out, but the fortress was like halfway between Silvery Moon and Sundabar, and I think we were a day out towards Sundabar at the tower before we got attacked by the dragon.
Okay. Oh, nice. Map.
That's where you are.
Guessing there probably wouldn't be.
Zephyros, is there anything you need to fix up the tower, or anything you can do here?
I can fix it here, but like I said, it will take a while.
Can it fly, or we stuck?
I already told you it would fly.
Just not that well.
Okay, we could, and I'm just presenting this as an option. Zephyros could take his tower back to Silvery Moon or wherever he thinks is appropriate. Silvery Moon still had quite a few wizards, not counting the lady herself. And
But he
then we
needs a
could,
stonemason. He's already a good wizard.
well, we could ride to Sundabar. I don't know.
I don't know if they're enemies or
Oh.
Do you
friends.
need a stonemason, Zephyros, or do you have magic to do that?
A stonemason will make it much faster.
What about this little place to the north of us? Is that a real place?
That's
Or is
not
that-
a town. Citadel Felbar. I don't even know what that is.
No idea.
It says it has.
But we do know there's.
I think it's underground. So it
Well,
says
they have-
dwarves
Yeah, I was thinking dwarves are good at.
located at the base of Raven Mountains.
I'm cool with dwarves.
Well, Sundabar is full of dwarves, and we know they're good at stone.
Well, to be fair, do your characters know anything about Citadel Felbar?
No,
I don't
Okay.
know.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm
I
down to
don't
roll a
even
history
think I
check.
know that exists.
I wouldn't know.
It's not mapped as a dot though. It's marked as a square, which makes me think that it's not
It's a fortress.
right.
Oh, I might know, but
Oh,
still only
okay.
rolled a 9.
Right? I mean, I could like retcon part of my backstory and know about it.
20. Do I know anything or in the dark? I'm not even sure if Allie could know about this.
Okay,
Give me just a second.
just pointing out, I'm talking to Isaiah, and he actually looked up. I don't know why how to calculate dick size in D&D. It's charisma plus con.
Charisma plus constitution. Is that a D20 roll?
No, it's just your charisma plus your constitution modifier.
The
Three.
two modifiers together.
Yep.
I prefer the D12 method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Actually,
and you
no.
got to realize that the D12 is flaccid. You got to roll another D6 and add that, and that's when you're hard.
So
Science.
So it
Yeah.
looks like Riken has a 3-incher.
That seems appropriate.
I think I'm
And
not even sure. Riken can
Alabaster's
walk anymore.
2.
It doubles size though, right? We're talking.
Eidolon's 2.
Yeah, gaining some inches.
You got a buff.
Holy cow,
Overshot the
Ezra's
one.
7.
Doubled in size.
Wait, I got 3. What do you mean 2?
Of course, Ezra
Over
would pick
is
the,
1.
You know,
Yeah, I got a -1 in the charisma.
couldn't be happy with your 8, could you, Ezra? You just
Wait,
got
what
rolled
if you
for
had a
everybody.
negative, like 3 charisma and then a 0 constitution?
It's, and
You got an innie versus an
You
outie.
are female. That's what you are.
looks like you gotta change your sex.
Oh.
Awesome.
You guys.
Little rascals.
Anyway, back to the fortress.
So the fortress.
Are we think? Go ahead.
The fortress is a dwarven stronghold, and it still exists, and still operational.
Right. Well, we could go to Felbar. It's north here, but I'm not exactly sure how friendly the dwarves are there. So
Yeah, generally you don't want to just go to like military encampments for no reason.
yeah, it is a dwarven, I guess, citadel would be the best way to put it. It's heavily fortified, from what I've seen.
And we're still unclear if Sundabar is good to go to, or
No, we are.
Well, they're full of dwarves. We know they have shit with Silvery Moon, but they don't have anything against us so far. We know, I mean, a whole city couldn't be reinforcing the orcs. It's only got to be a couple of them, right?
Yeah, Eidolon.
I
What
mean,
did you
I
get
feel like
from?
we're assuming that the equipment that the orcs brought with them was really given.
It could have been
We have really
pillaged,
no idea.
for all we
We have
know.
no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but
Eidolon, what did you get
I want
from
more reason to
Lady
find out.
Silverhand?
The who?
She handed you something, right? Silverhand?
Silverhand.
Didn't she give you magic item?
Lady of Silvermoon?
Illustrate.
Yeah.
She gave me the quill. The magical quill.
Mhm.
Did she give me anything else?
Is that
Check my
attunement?
bag. No, I don't see anything.
Zephyros
Nah, I don't-
finishes feeding the eaglets and stands up, looks around for a second, grabs his robe, pulls it on, grabs his hat, puts it on, and then looks down at you as you guys are deliberating. It
I think
says,
that Bennis made magic items.
"So, where are we going, anyways?"
I suppose we've probably got a question for you. In these parts, have you been around here very often? Do you know what would be safe to go to for repairs?
He thinks about it for a second and then says, "Well, I mean, any port in a storm, right?
Suppose it's true.
You know, the Silvery Moon, they could help us. Like I said, I can fix it myself. I'm not unskilled.
Well, I was thinking maybe.
Maybe
while we go check
Sundabar.
out- Maybe we could go check out Sundabar while you wait here. So if we need to make a hasty retreat, we won't have to worry about you getting more damaged.
Oh, I've dealt with the dwarves before. I don't think that they'll attack us.
I don't really like having the tower just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Orcs can come down from the mountains, they can come from anywhere.
Let them come.
Well, then shall we just onward to Sundabar? Then?
Yeah. No reason to turn back now.
Alright. I would also like to check that spell book.
Okay.
He remembered.
Would it be? Is the tower faster or slower than horseback now, or maybe the same?
They're not gonna be. They're not gonna be.
Well, you don't know, do you?
But I think I don't be.
Yeah, Riken, you don't know.
It hasn't gone anywhere, so you don't know. All right. Just go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Eidolon.
Ooh, there we go. See, that's my actual size.
You wish.
Oh, plus the 7 modifier, those. 27.
So you open up the spell book, and the spell inside of it, after studying it for a second, you realize is a spell you've never seen before.
I can't read it or.
You can read it. You look through it, carefully, trying to figure out what exactly the spell is and what it does. And it looks like the spell is meant to reshape the memories of any listeners in your immediate area.
Interesting.
I know you got it.
I do not.
But it only erases the last 6 seconds of their memory.
Cool. Is there details on it? Like, can you? Is it an actual spell or?
It's called the Gift of Gab.
Yeah, you can only use it after you've basically if you're talking to someone and you say something that they don't react well to, you cast it and then they don't remember. It's like a rewind the last 6 seconds of a conversation.
And it only erases what you said, not what anybody else said.
Use a different dialogue. Interesting.
That could be fun.
All right, so what are we doing?
Heading to Sunderbar.
So you tell
What?
Zephyros you want to head to Sunderbar?
Yes.
Sunderbar? Alright, alright. Haven't visited them in quite some time, but perhaps they can help us.
I mean, it's the closest place, and the doors are good with stone, so they should be able to get your tower back up and running in no time.
So he goes over to the orb and starts manipulating. The tower starts to move, and you can hear, kind of a rumbling. There's actually, you hear things cracking as it pulls itself back up off the ground, and it's slightly tilted sitting on the ground. As it rises up, it straightens out mostly, but it seems to wobble a little bit in the air, and then slowly begins heading down the road towards the east.
And looking out the window, does it look slower or faster than horseback?
It's probably close to the walk of a horse, maybe a little faster.
Awesome. I'd like Roy's been inside the tower for like 4 days. I'd like him to like go out and stretch his legs if he can. So if we could like follow the tower, just outside, get some exercise.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. I'll be like jogging alongside every now and then too.
Ghost ride the whip.
Yeah, straight up.
And the tower continues on towards Sunderbar throughout the day. Does anybody want to do anything with their time?
Actually, I'd like to talk to Eidolon. So I'll just walk up to him, preferably when he's away from the rest of the group. I'll just be like, "Hey, Eidolon. How are you doing?"
Oh, you know.
you don't have any like leftover side effects from the dragon fight?
I mean, do you remember? Because I feel like no one else remembers the ending of that fight. Or they just remember it differently?
It's complicated. Uh,
You could say that again.
so
And,
you,
and I'm Eidolon.
so what do you recall?
I feel like I died? I don't know, I just remember taking my last breath and then darkness.
Yeah, the
And then bright lights, and then you were there with some crazy daggers.
the dragon, it electrocuted you. Uh,
Oh, I did die.
you, yeah, died. Um, I talked to whoever the owner of these daggers are. I guess Timora. Uh, and weird stuff happened from there, but I'm glad you're okay. I just wanted to make sure you're not feeling any side effects.
I mean, other than just me and Tanuki arguing about it because he doesn't remember it, but I do. Or, yeah. And, but thank you, Alabaster.
I I don't know. I I didn't do anything for you. It was her.
Well, you're the one who asked her, and you're one of my good friends, so thank you.
It probably have some side effects. Things always do. Nothing can be free.
Well,
But I hope it was worth it. I'm glad you're all right, and that's all. I'm glad you're all right.
come here, you. Give him a big old hug. You old softy.
Yeah, softy, softy. All right, I'm gonna go feed the eaglets and keep my mind off of things.
Thanks again, bro. See, I told you, Tanuki. Dummy.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Uh, I'll go feed the eaglets. Yeah, play with them. They've already got fed.
Gonna get a lot of attention. Griffin's training manual, trying to get them to do tricks and stuff.
All right. Then as you're doing that, I'll walk up there and I'll say, Reagan, any progress?
Nope.
Have you got him to do anything impressive?
I don't know. They're not exactly like Griffins, so I got to like alter the training a little bit, but they're pretty damn smart.
Ah, dang it, that did not work. Stupid thing.
I don't even know what that means, so you're fine.
Holes in the pattern.
Well,
That's right.
Need
I
help?
remember. I suddenly remember why I don't type messages to people on Roll20. Because the syntax always trips me up.
do you need any help, Riken?
I mean, I don't really need any help. It's just kind of like trying to get them to listen. I mean, if anything, you're kind of distracted.
Okay, I'll make sure to leave.
Maybe tone down the color scheme a little bit there, bud.
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. At least I'm not green though.
That's true. With green hair, it just pisses me off. Reminds me too much of orcs.
But I have fangs like an orc. Does that upset you?
Not really, because I know I can knock them out in the time I wanted, so.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. Make sure not to try and fight you. You'll just one tap me.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Start flexing on him. It's a good thing you're my friend, Alabastard.
It's true. It's true.
Alright, I guess I'll stop messing with the Eagles and give Alabaster a hug and start wrestling him.
Sure. Why is that?
Try to turn him into a pretzel.
Stop it.
Let's work on those abs. Yep.
Ow.
Alright, come on.
Oh, touching scenes.
Look, no one
Lots of
else
touch.
wants to role play, so I'll make them. Okay.
Is Riken still just robed?
Oh no, this is after training, so I'm all nice and smelly though.
Well,
Straight musk.
you're gonna make me throw up.
I haven't been in water for like a week.
I'm glad all I ate was a good berry.
Are the Eagles getting any better, by the way? Ben?
They're getting bigger. You're actually starting to see a lot that their adult feathers are growing in now. Pretty good.
But like comparing their training to like the training in the Griffin chapter from the book that I got, like how are they doing? Are they like starting to follow like commands a little bit better? For treats at least, or
Yeah, they're listening to you now. It's obvious that they are bonding with the party. So
are they able to glide? Like if we like kind of like toss them up in the air now, a little bit better.
yes, they can
Uh-oh.
glide. They can actually fly a little bit.
Yeah.
It's awkward though. They don't have all the feathers necessary to fully fly yet.
And like, what's their relationship with the Griffins? Are they like hanging out or?
The Griffins seem to have adopted them actually.
Perfect.
Well, that's good. Just don't forget who your real parents are.
That's right.
Yeah, we probably killed them, or they probably killed them. I wasn't there for that.
Wait, no, no, it kind of left them behind. Actually, it's kind of sad.
Because of you.
No, some people stole the eggs.
Some people.
Some dead people now.
Wait, I don't know that. Never mind.
So I'd actually like to try something with them, with the eaglets, and I would like to back into a giant eagle and try to teach them to fly and encourage them that way.
Well, you can encourage them, but the simple fact of the matter is they're not physically ready for it just yet.
No, just strengthen their wings and just flapping and just
Right.
stuff like that.
That's fine, but if you pay attention to them, you'll notice that they're doing that on their own.
Like jumping up on stuff, trying to
Yep.
get into the rafters.
Yep. They're testing themselves already.
Okay.
It won't be long till they're flying. And like I said, they can actually fly a little bit, but it's because they don't have all the feathers. It's a lot of work to climb, and everything. Anything else this day?
You guys down to go hunting tonight?
That sounds like a great. Yeah.
Get some like fresh meat for once.
I'll go like scavenging for veggies and whatnot.
I shudder
Yeah.
at the word hunting.
So the
I'm kind of tired
are
of.
you gonna stop the tower or?
I mean, we could do that for a little bit, yeah. I mean, if you guys are down, otherwise we could just keep going throughout the night. I'm just
Yeah,
tired of
we can-
rations.
We'll just keep going for now. Eat your rations. Stop complaining.
More beef jerky
How
soup.
long?
It is.
How long of a travel is it?
By my calculations, it's going to take you 3 days of continuous travel to reach Sundabar at the speed the tower's moving now.
Yeah, we could take a, stop for a night or something.
You would have made it in a single day before. Just let me know what you want to do.
I think right now I'd like to. I'll for this day. I'll just take some time to also, besides training with the eaglets and spending time with them, I'd also attune to the pearl.
All right.
Yeah, the pearl of power. Ben, what ingredients are required for making healing potions? Just the regular ones.
The regular ones. Any kind of medicinal plant plus some magic.
Okay.
Probably some. I don't know. We'll say that you'd need probably some blood from a hardy animal as well to give it an excuse to be red.
Hey, Roykin.
Yeah.
How hardy is Roy?
I mean, how hard is it? Better than all of us.
So, okay. Good to know. Thanks.
What the hell? What are you getting at?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Is that a threat? You trying to hurt Roy?
What are you talking about? I'm just asking how hardy he is.
Got tons of heart.
How much? Tons?
No, I mean he's probably got a bigger heart than all the horses ever combined.
Sounds like a lot to spare.
Don't you're gonna try to take a piece of him?
It's alright.
What? Fucking intellectuals.
I would like to spend some time practicing the old pan flute.
That's right. We know. Meditating with your pan flute.
Yep. That 1-inch pan flute.
Told you, I'm a grower, not a shower.
All right, so you work with your pan flute. Go ahead and make a performance check. Could be worse. But it's a long ways from spectacular, too. All right, so first night, You stopping or going?
I have enough rations for 3 days. That's it.
You also have good berries.
My body requires, you know, fuel sustenance to maintain its muscle mass.
So, like I said, stopping for the night or continuing on?
I'm good
Continue.
with whichever. I've got a spell that would locate animals of any kind that I'd like and find the nearest one.
Locating animals for hunters to go hunt. That seems specifically not druid.
Well, I mean, it's better than, like killing a stag.
The other option is good berry.
There's that.
I want to see how small we can get Riken.
What? Sorry, excuse me.
Looking a little life there, buddy.
Talking
Really
about.
slim down.
I
Talking
don't
about
think
your
so.
muscles, Riken. Jesus.
I mean, I get it. My body looks smaller now that you see my humongous thong, but trust me, I'm still just as big as ever. Actually, the armor is feeling a little bit tight. If you want to adjust it, you know.
Getting a little fat then. All that muscle
I
turning into flab.
I am not fat. I just start checking over my body, looking for fat. Oh my god, my hips.
There might be, yeah, there's a little right there, I think.
Oh my god.
At least like 2%. All right.
I'm gonna start doing crunches.
So, continuing through the night?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep.
Alright, so you continue through the night, wake up the next morning. What are you going to do the next day?
Same routine where me and Roy are gonna follow for a little bit, working out. But we're gonna go off the trail a little bit and maybe try to see if we could find some animals or maybe a boar or something.
I want to see if Zephyros has any other magic items that he hasn't shown us yet.
Ooh, I will do that with you.
New day, new goals.
Come on, magic greatsword.
Yeah, during the middle of the day, you want to go ask him about that. Those of you that go down and try to do some hunting, you find that you're basically passing through what looks to be a series of battlefields.
Bro,
And
you can never hunt anywhere.
and there's more scavenging, like rats and stuff like that, scavenging animals. But you don't see any big game in the area at all.
Any like
It's kind of like a wastelandish area here.
Icewind Dale has more prey than this area. Jesus.
the battlegrounds look so they look fairly recent.
I mean, within the last couple of years.
What type of bodies are like any bodies left behind?
Not, I mean, most of it's rotted away. There's bones and there's areas where people have dug mass graves with mounds and stuff, but it's mostly cleaned up. You find rusted, weapons and armor once in a while.
Do they look like they're like sized for dwarves, humans, orcs, like
Yes.
all of them? Like so, like smaller armor for dwarves, definitely.
I mean, you'd have to spend some time really looking, but you definitely see an assortment. If you want to sit around and study it, you're welcome to, but it's going to take time.
No, I'm just gonna scan over it as we're riding by on the horses, just specifically looking for smaller armor just to see if like there are dwarves fighting out here.
I mean, you look around, but I mean, as far as actual finding anything dwarven per se, it's just you don't know. I mean, you don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There's
Once again, I'm
not
not looking for
enough.
like a dwarven build. I just want to see if there's smaller armor for like a smaller statured person, just to see if like
Yeah.
they were participating in the battle.
What's left is not enough to determine.
Okay.
So you want to look for magic items? Talk to Zephyros about magic items.
Yep.
Okay, so though
Mhm.
if you want to talk to him about that, then you can. He'll open up his chest and say, well, I've got quite a bit in here. What exactly will I find this time? He reaches in. Roll a D100, one of you. Whichever one
Go
wants
for
to
it.
go first.
Now I can blame you if it's something bad.
All right.
Whoever has the smallest song should.
59.
Alright, 59. Zephyros pulls out a pair of mirrors. Silver chased mirrors are actually, other than that they're silver, are fairly plain. He goes, oh, these are interesting. And he hands one of the mirrors to one of you,
I'll take it.
or whoever rolled. How about that?
Oh yeah. I'll bet you'll take it.
Sure.
And he says, now, look into the mirror.
All right.
And Zephyros holds up the mirror to himself as well. You look into the mirror and you get a really kind of disgusting look up Zephyros's nose as you realize that you're looking out of the other mirror.
Got some hairs growing out the bottom of your nose there. You should pluck those or something.
That's a very real problem. He really needs to do that.
These mirrors.
I can finally cut the back of my hair with accuracy.
Alright, so, yeah.
And what color is that hair, right?
It's black.
Damn right. All right. Anyways, what was the range on those mirrors? Ask.
He says, I don't know. I've never tested them.
Me and Roy can always just run away from the tower, see how far it goes.
You're not here.
Oh, I'm not?
You can't hear. Well, I thought you were writing behind the tower, right? You can't hear through the mirrors, right?
No.
Oh, no, that was no sign language. Or has the observant feet. Or auxiliary.
I have a language that can be used with hands, but I don't think any of you understand it, so.
No. Italian.
Of course, I am Italian, as you can see.
That's
Anyways,
canon now.
he sets the mirrors aside. The other one can roll now. Ezra.
Yep. 2. Sephiroth just punches me in the face.
Has anyone told Ezra that we have... Oh, no, Ezra knows. All of these magical items are in danger of being consumed at some point.
Neat.
I think our group should never use magic items, just because of the mage slayers. Not mage slayers.
Oh, those. Yeah, who cares? Just don't throw your goddamn spear into it.
Well, that's I. Oh. Ooh, thinking about that actually. So okay, I'll RP this later. But yeah, I gotta talk to you.
Zephyros pulls out a large golden coin that has a face carved on one side, and the other side appears to have been carefully and deliberately defaced.
I will give you 2 coins for that 1 coin. No questions asked.
He looks at the coin and goes, "What did this do? I'm not sure I remember."
2 coins. They'll be shiny gold. Both sides intact.
He looks at it and goes, "No, this is a magic item. Does something." Oh
Magic or
yes, I remember. This item is called the All or Nothing coin. You flip it, and either you succeed or you fail dismally.
At what?
Whatever you're trying to do.
How much would that cost?
Oh, I think I can let it go for 6,000 gold.
Or 2 gold, but you flip it to see which one you get.
You know, maybe we should put like a price range on this so that you understand a little bit better.
Have him flip the coin.
I'm
get
looking at like a max of 2K in gems. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me try and persuade you and flip this coin to sell to me for.
I suggest that I'll try to persuade him. I don't know what
He
yours
didn't
is.
hand the coin to you, so that's going
I'll
to be hard to
try.
do.
Okay.
I know, I'm asking him. Zephyros, why don't you let me try and persuade you using the coin? And it's a 50-50 shot, right?
Why ever would I do that?
All right, fine. Let me talk with my friend here. Ezra, I definitely have a better persuasion than you, by the way.
Alright.
I have expertise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that get it up to?
+9.
Okay, you're 2 better than me.
You go ahead and try to roll persuasion.
Increase by 1. I mean. Well, I'm trying to figure out what our price range is. All right, Ezra, how much money are you willing to put into this?
I don't need the coin that bad.
And
I
what if
just
it's
wanted
something
to see
really
if I could
cool
get
and we
him to
like
flip it.
pull it?
I don't have very much
I
money
have
for you.
about 2,500 gold in total, so combined we'd be both flat broke and we'd have a magic coin. This is a magic bean situation.
All right, tell you what, Zephyros. You think there's any way you could give it to us for 3,000 gold? And I could pay you partially in gems.
Oh no, I don't think so. This one's pretty nice.
All right, all right. Come back.
Think of it this way. You're going to try to do something you're abysmally bad at. Well, this gives you a 50-50 shot. Of course, there was that one time. Never mind. It's fine.
What happens if it lands on the edge? Do we
That's a
die?
good point. Yeah. Do you just like spontaneously cease to exist?
Do I become a god?
It.
Universe collapse in on itself?
I don't know. It's never happened.
No.
Hmm.
Anyways, moving on. That's uninteresting now that I know I
But
can't
if
pay.
you flip it and you intend for it to land on its side, but it's about to land on the heads up side,
Yeah, that's
that
a good
creates a
point.
paradox.
What if you're like, I want this to land on the I fail side, and then you flip it and it lands on the fail side, so you succeeded, but you're supposed to have failed, but if you succeed, you'll have failed. Think about it.
Your whole story on what this coin is doing, it's just unraveling in front of you right now. How much for the mirrors?
The mirrors were 600 gold.
I'll buy the mirrors.
Do you have any armor, Zephyros? That's like easy to carry around, not heavy.
Just let you know, I'm taking the gold out from the stash that I have in my camp. The money I don't carry with me. Stuff in my bedroll.
Ben,
What's that?
I asked if he had any easy to carry armor.
Let me see. Roll your dice.
$44.
He pulls out a slingshot.
Well, that's not what I was looking for.
Not that? Okay, he puts it back.
Oh, and quick question.
That's
is this
probably
an
best
attune-
anyways. It wouldn't be good for the tower.
Right.
What was that, Ezra?
It's an attune item.
The coin, yes.
I mean the mirrors.
The mirrors, no.
So, Zephyros, I don't imagine you can like pull out specific things out of your chest.
It's kind of a mess in there.
Do you know if you had any
He
armor in
He
there?
seems to be pawing through it. He seems to be pawing through it.
All right, let me know if you find anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine.
Just like an FYI, I designed this to be random, so his chest
I'm aware.
is just whatever random
Given
item he pulls
enough
out of
time,
there.
though, hypothetically, you could just say, I go through it till I find what I want.
Oh, sure. But from what I can see, there really isn't much in the way of armor in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Most of it is more like your random-ish type things. There are some weapons and a bunch of utility items.
All right, I'm done.
You want to know what that slingshot did? Too late now because you'll have to roll it again to get it because he put it back in.
On the bonkers, I assume.
Once a day, you can load it with any projectile you want and shoot it at something. And it makes a 1d20 foot hole in it. It's called Hole Thrower.
It costs 18,000 gold.
But it has to be non-living material and stuff like that. But
How much does it cost?
I don't have a price for it off the top of my head.
Right.
But I was okay with putting it back.
Alright. Ezra for the rest of the day is gonna tinker with the concept of quick release clasps. With
Okay.
his smith. He's gonna be
Alright.
practicing this for a while.
Sounds good.
Silver.
Yeah.
Are you
so-
capable of blades?
capable of what?
Capable with like swords and stuff. You know, rapiers,
Yes,
things like that.
I've got this sword right in my side right here. Yeah.
Do you want to duel a little bit? You know, kind of keep it, keep your moves sharp.
Sure. I don't usually use my blade very often. I usually use my hands and my different wild shapes. I'll pull out my sword.
I pull out my short sword. On guard. And we'll
Ah,
just practice. Yeah, you want us to roleplay everything that we do here? Yeah. I jab him.
Yeah.
That is funny.
There's a couple fun items in here that are from games and whatnot, so that's part of the reason why I like this list.
Where's Atreus's bow? Give me that.
Might be it here, I don't know.
I doubt it. Dude, the chains though would be cool. What are they called?
Oh, it's in alphabetical order. Interesting. Didn't just realize that. Well, anyways, got the arrow of Yondu. What do you want?
No, okay. I'm fine.
Okay. So, you guys are just gonna keep doing what you're doing that night, or that day and that night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Going, gone.
I just time with the eaglets. And that's about it.
Yeah, the eaglets seem happy enough. You know, they've got their own little daily routine at this point. So, oh, and your performance roll. Well, not so good today. It's painful to like pretty much everyone.
Yeah, we spend a little more extra time outside today.
All right, so the next morning you wake up. What are you doing this day? It's Uktar 15th.
So, like, looking at any landmarks, how far do you think we've moved towards Cinnabar?
You know, like I said, it's going to take 3 days to travel. So at this point, you'd have dropped down out of the hillsides and into the plains, and then traveled across the plains. And you can see now, as the day wears on, you can see ahead like a lonely, like tall hill, flat topped ahead as you approach it.
As we were dressed for the first time in 3 days.
Just letting it breathe.
What other Roblox games?
Were we able to see the top of the hill when we were up in the air?
Not really, no. It's pretty tall.
Okay. Any like signs of like game out there in the plains? Anything on the main road? Kind of looking at stuff as we descend.
What you see is you're still following the road. What you see ahead is a river and the remains of a bridge. What once was probably a large, sturdy bridge going across the river has just the ends of it really remaining. The rest of it has collapsed into the river. Much of it has been swept away by the wet times of the year in the couple of years since the battles took place. Ahead, you can see what looks to be like a large fortress city sitting on top of a plateau.
Starting to think that these guys weren't too friendly with the orcs. Why would there be signs of all this battle and a broken bridge in between two friends?
Looks something like that.
Well, that's neat. Hey, can we get this tower to do that greetings fireworks thing again?
The only difference between that image and the reality is that the closer you get to those buildings, you notice there's tremendous war damage. There's damage to the buildings. And you can see that the exterior walls have been patched in several places. The tower cannot cross the rift between the city and the surrounding land and these tall, winding pathways that lead up to the city. So you're forced to land outside the city and approach on foot or horseback.
We should do foot. They might eat the horses.
Yeah, I don't really have any need for horses for myself, so I definitely go on foot.
Go on foot.
Friggin' boy.
Oh, I'm sure we all figured you would.
Yeah.
Come on, Tanooks.
Get some good berries ready.
So you start up one of these long, winding pathways leading to the city, and you can see places where the path itself was struck by large, heavy objects, as if siege weaponry was brought into place, and some of it actually struck the pathways. One of the pathways off to your right, you can see, has actually collapsed. The one you're walking on seems sturdy enough, but it's not that wide, and it's a little disconcerting.
Glad I didn't take the horses.
You walk your way towards the city. You can see as you approach that the gates at the end of the pathway are closed, and you can see obvious places where the wall has been repaired around the city itself.
Great news.
But the interior
I mean,
buildings that you can see that are damaged from siege weaponry don't look repaired at all. Just to note that.
Do the repairs look like they were recent?
Looking over the walls as you approach, you can see places where it does look like fairly recent repairs, and other places where it's older.
I guess we'll walk up to the gate.
You approach the gate and walk up to it without ever hearing or seeing anyone. You get to the gates, huge wood and metal set of double gates, and that have been that are closed. Looking left and right, you can clearly see where the actual entrance to this gateway has obviously been repaired recently, and the stonework replaced from quite possibly where previous gates were torn down.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that they were working with the orcs.
Yeah, me neither.
I will knock.
It's a thick wooden door, so you knock against it, bang, bang, but I mean, it only makes so much noise.
Does
I'll
it have like
yell.
one of those smaller doors in it?
You look for a sally port, and you don't see one.
I'll yell towards the top of the gate. I'll yell, "Hello, is anyone there? We're standing out here. We're not hostile."
We're not gonna kill you.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Let's go. 18. I rolled a 9.
You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. And then a head with a conical helmet pokes itself over the top of the wall, over the gate, and kind of a hairy face looks down at you, and then drops something towards you and says, "Go away! We don't want you here."
What did he drop?
What he dropped hits in front of you and bounces, and it's a half-eaten apple core.
Look, we just have a couple of questions, and we were wondering if maybe one of you could help us.
I'm gonna dismount and pick up that apple.
Go ahead and make another persuasion roll, please.
28.
Wow. The head pokes its head over, and the dwarf. You can get a little better look at it this time. Says, "What's that? What do you want? Nobody's allowed in. You know that."
No one at all.
No one in. No one in. No one out. Them's the rules.
There's no lapse in the rules. No way we could change that.
The dwarf rubs his chin and goes, "Well, maybe."
I'm
Anything
going
you guys
to.
need?
Elaborate. Maybe
I'm
what?
gonna.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I stuff a gold piece into that apple core and throw it back up at him.
That's a good idea. You're the face of the party, right?
Yeah, the dwarf seems to ignore the apple core that you threw up, unless you're trying to actually hit him with it.
Oh my
I mean,
god. Riken, what are you
no,
doing with that apple?
I'll just no. When I throw it up there, I'm gonna tell him to catch it, but I'm not gonna try and peg him in the head either. Just try to get it like
Okay.
to land on the ledge. I guess like
Well,
perfect toss.
I'm not even going to make your rolls say that you get it up there, but he seems to ignore it, at least for now.
I'll say, all right, well, what do you want us to do to gain your trust or gain entry or whatever?
Oh, well, I didn't say you could enter, but, I mean, we are interested in a little trade, perhaps.
Trade for what?
Oh, what do you got?
Okay.
I mean, we got a lot of money.
Jesus, we're gonna get attacked.
Oh, you have a lot of money?
Yeah, I mean, just go ahead and look at that apple.
I have a bag of
His
tricks.
head disappears. Goes back and goes, "Yeah, that's a gold piece. One."
All right.
Oh, look at these fancy bourgeois.
That's
Guardsmen.
quite the the
No.
large amount of gold you
Yes.
have there.
Okay. Before we
Hey,
start
that's just-
offering, I'd like to make a proposal for what we want. We need some people to come work on a tower we have out here, preferably stonemasons. And I'd like to have someone to talk to as well for just what happened here. And I think we have a couple of questions as well.
That tower out there, he points out towards your tower. I'd say, yeah, needs some work. Looks like you got beat around by a dragon or something.
Something like that. Well, do you guys get much trade up here? You know,
At this moment, there's another voice comes floating over the top of the wall. You hear this. Zardon! What are you doing? You're not supposed to be talking to them. Another head pokes its face over the wall. And you can see actually a well-groomed, well-dressed dwarf looking down at you. Kind of scowls and says, Here now! What do you want? You here to trade or not?
yeah, we can trade. We need that tower fixed. and-
Zardot, get out of here! You hear a squeak and the other dwarf footsteps as the other dwarf apparently leaves.
I'm willing to offer you, it's a reasonable rate. How fast can you work on stone? Reasonably quickly?
We're the dwarves of Sunderbar. Our stonework is legendary.
All right.
Our
all right.
axes bright and our helms shiny.
We'll give you 100 gold to look at the tower and determine how long it will take you to fix it. And then from there, depending on the time, I will give you 1,000 gold, say per day. Does that sound good, everyone else?
Dude, haggle. Haggle.
Hold on,
What
hold
are
on.
you doing?
He looks
Yeah,
down
but-
at you, looks out at the tower, and laughs. And shows that tower right there. You want us to fix that tower?
Correct.
Well, we could talk about the price. Let's
I'm offering
see.
you quite a mighty sum already.
Do you have the necessary supplies to fix the tower yourselves?
We do not have the supplies. No.
Right. So we're supplying the supplies, the labor, and the expertise to fix your tower. Right.
Correct.
All right. So, here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna cost you a total of 25,000 gold to fix that busted up tower of yours. Because
Well,
that
you-
is a cloud giant's tower, correct?
Yes, it is.
Right. So, magic. See? And
And we happen to have a mage, actually 2 mages on board who can help you with that.
well,
Also-
they could if they knew what they were doing, I'm sure. But we're dwarves and we know what we're doing, so we'll do it.
Also,
did just
if you
say-
could offer a discount for orcs killed, we can go and kill some orcs for you. We're really good at that. That's
Well,
our expertise. I mean, I'm good at that. This guy, and I'll point to Riken, he's not so great.
we don't really have a bounty out on dwarves, but you're more than welcome to kill them if you see them.
Dwarves? Alright, if you... No.
Wait, did I say dwarves?
You said dwarves.
Ah, orcs.
You're welcome to kill them if you see them, alright? You say so.
Orcs.
Sidebar,
The
sidebar.
orcs rebuild our tower.
So,
Guys,
25,000 gold. We can fix that just like new. It'll take us now probably 2 weeks.
Oh,
group huddle. Group huddle.
yeah, group
1
huddle.
second.
How much money how much platinum do we have in the, 25,000? Oh,
Why are you thinking money? We are the fuck shit up crew. Why don't we just offer our services?
well, they said they didn't have a thing on them.
Yeah, that's just one guard. Try to talk to whoever's in charge.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
I have an
You
idea.
can have other problems.
If he doesn't, does 20K sound like a more reasonable arrangement?
No. I mean, and then the thing is, we also haven't even
Bailey-
asked. We haven't even asked Zephyros for help with the costs because it's his tower. Realistically, why are we going to
Talk about
cover
that
all the
if we
costs on
figure
this?
out a price, but we don't even have a price yet.
It's
Also, we
25.
did kind of get the dragon sword that made the dragon attack his tower, so
Hmm.
he would have a few reasons to be upset with us.
Would he though?
Anyways, I'll turn back to the dwarf and I'll say, are there any services that we could do for you fine folk in order to reduce this price?
I wouldn't think so. We don't.
You
You're not coming in here to do anything in here, and we don't need anything out there.
I mean, we kind of showed up in a Cloud Giant's tower after fighting a dragon, and we defeated all the orcs on the way here. I mean, you sure you can't use any little bit of help from us?
Nothing comes to mind.
Can I talk to your manager?
Hey.
Well,
I guess we go talk to Zephyros. Kind of at a standstill with this guy.
yeah. Let's talk to
How
him.
much money we have in total, anyways.
We have more than it. Well, we have enough to pay
We
for.
have plenty. We do have plenty. So if you
Oh.
go to the party bank, go to the second tab. If you look in there, I've got the undivided party coin that totals everything, not just for the bag of holding, but all of it together.
We can also
Right.
trade a lot of the gems that we don't want to have to find.
Ben made out what the party actually took with them, which will be helpful for what's in the bag of holding. So it's not individuals. It's,
Yeah, the bag of holding is not accurate. That's not accurate for everything, but it's and it also includes the coins that were tossed out of the window too. So, but we have enough for what the dwarves are asking.
All right, Zephyros. The dwarves demand payment.
Well, of course they do. What do you expect?
Well, what do you think a reasonable price would be to fix the tower?
He goes, well, honestly, for dwarven craftsmanship, he looks around. He goes, well, I'm not really sure. To be fair, I've never had to repair my tower before. Not like this.
All right. And second question, would you be willing to help cover the costs of fixing the tower?
Well, I mean, I can fix it myself.
It's just gonna take time. Right, right. All right.
All right, let's pay off the dwarves. I have
Yes,
them install some upgrades.
That's
What
one
kind
thing I wanted to
Great,
talk
I
about
think
too.
they do. They're not magically astute, are they?
Well, you don't know, so.
I feel like any upgrades they could make, Zephyros would have already done.
I mean, upgrades is in. I want my own goddamn bedroom.
Space.
All right, all right. Ask
Yeah.
Zephyros. It's not our tower.
That's the conversation we should have.
Hey Zephyros, I'm cool with adding some additional rooms. Tower.
Well, I suppose so. What are you thinking
Temporary
about?
living- Some living quarters for us, so we're not just sleeping on the floor in your kitchen.
Right, right. Servants' quarters. Sounds good.
Yeah, that would mean we'd have to add another floor, right?
Well, no. That would be really hard.
So would we?
The little tower is attached to the side of the tower.
I see two possibilities, he says. We could obviously add on wings to the tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we could construct magical extra dimensional spaces.
Ooh, that second one sounds less expensive.
That's still pretty expensive to make permanent magical extra dimensional spaces is not cheap.
What would it take? What would it cost?
Well,
And how long?
how many spaces? How big?
So, can you bring up the top view, bottom view of the tower again,
Sure.
please and thank you? So, for the bottom level on the base, what if we basically added a second ring to the first floor and then just added doorways basically on the walls?
Oh.
So we're basically just increasing the width of the bottom floor.
I mean, yeah.
And then if we need more after that, we can just go to the
That
second
would
floor and
be
build up on top of there.
5 rooms, one for each of us.
They're huge.
That's the thing. We can also split them in half, like,
Oh, yeah.
or we can make like a kitchen and an armory, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So have like 2 rooms per side.
Make it a base of operations.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if Zephyros was cool with that. I mean, shit, we could even turn one of them into a stable so we can get them out of these, main rooms.
Yeah, just like this.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't know exactly
And then-
what we're gonna do with the front.
And then maybe even split those into halves or thirds. Quite a bit of room. And we might not even have to go out that far, technically.
I mean, basically, we don't. All we'd really have to do is fill in the archways almost. If you look at the side view, because those
Exactly.
pylons are archways,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's not bad.
What do I undo?
You guys cool with that?
How do I undo the thing I just did?
Is Zephyros cool with that?
Yeah, Zephyrus is okay with that. As long as you're footing the bill.
Ben, in Roll20, how do you undo a delete?
Right click and then click on undo.
Yeah, I can't do that. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Oh, only I can do it. Okay. Why? What did you delete? The horses?
My horse. My horse.
Oops.
Trying to delete this yellow line, but can't select just it for some reason. Dang.
I think that's bad. I got to go around and get rid of all the little terrors, and then I don't know. Maybe Xander can help me construct your lower floor. I'll just add to this map.
Glad we could make things even more
What about
difficult.
the apiary?
What'd you do all weekend,
there
Ben?
enough
I
room
could.
up there
I
for
was.
the-
Oh,
for the
sorry.
eagles once they get bigger.
What? Oh. Up top?
I would. Yeah, I was just thinking about the eagles once they're grown up. Is there going to be enough space? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of tight quarters with 4 griffins
Which
in
is
there.
fine. We can make room for them down below. There'll be plenty of room down below. We're going to expand out, so that wouldn't be a problem.
You could also make openings in the bottom out of one or more of your rooms.
Yeah, that's just kind of thinking.
Oh
Still
my,
huge.
what large straight lines you've made.
That's all freehand right there, bud.
Well, you know
Actually.
there's an actual line tool, right?
But the line tool's not as accurate as my freehand.
Oh, okay. A cool story, bro.
How do you delete? Control-Z?
Oh, I was like selecting it with the select tool and then hitting delete, but don't select too much because you'll delete Roy and yourself probably.
There we go. All right. We should probably go back and get a new estimate for our new idea. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more costly. Something like that, okay? I feel like we wouldn't have to spend as much on materials if we went so far out.
Personality, the archways
then-
for sure. Yeah. What are
and then
those
maybe
lines,
just dedicate.
vertical lines?
Just walls for rooms, so we could do like 3 rooms per side, because that's still what, 20 by 20?
The clear spots in the little things that stick out from the tower there, those are archways already.
Yeah.
So that would be the entrance from one side to the other, it looks like.
Yeah, and we can even turn those into main rooms if so, you know. Or fill them in.
There isn't a floor out there, so the floor would have to be constructed as well.
Mm-hmm. But is that general idea cool? We could build the internal walls later. Maybe just have the outside walls put down there. Or do you want the outside walls to go all the way to the tips?
I don't think we need all the way to the tip. It'll cut costs too for us. It's going to be a
Yeah.
lot. We don't even know if we have enough money for this, by the way. And we should be cautious about offering gems because compare the tower.
I definitely deleted somebody. Ben, undo it.
He
Thank you.
deleted you. You can't delete anybody else unless you have access to their character token.
Okay. So yeah, could we get an estimate just for the outside walls, the floor, and the ceiling, and then maybe after that we could see how much it would cost to divide them into rooms?
But you go back and work with the dwarves. They'll send out a contingent to look it over.
Yeah, just do like an estimate. We'll escort them back, check things out,
They
let them walk
send a
on the cloud.
contingent. They send a contingent of their own warriors. About 25 of them.
I mean, if they want to piss off a giant.
Along with some other, more mundane looking dwarves. But even a mundane looking dwarf still looks like he's armored and ready for battle.
How do they look health wise? These guys healthy?
They don't look that healthy, actually. They appear to be scrawny and ill-fed.
Okay. I want to like, as we're walking back and forth and as they're estimating it, I just want to talk to like the lead, whoever seems like he's in charge of the troops, kind of, and just kind of like chop it up with them. Let them know that like this is just the beginning. We want to do ongoing business. Bring prosperity to the city, not just to the individual kind of thing.
The only thing you get out of the leader of the troops is grunts. He seems to be completely ignoring you on purpose.
I'm gonna start going into detail about how he reminds me of this old person I used to know in my services in Waterdeep, and I'm just gonna keep talking his ear off.
Okay?
I'd like to ask one of the workers something. I'll be like, do you all have a trade network set up at all? How do you get food?
They seem reluctant to talk to you. Roll persuasion.
21.
You kind of get one of them to talk to you a little bit, and he says, "We grow our own food."
So then, what do you plan to do with the money that we pay you?
Well, there's still caravans that come. We'll use the money to buy what we need from them.
Do you have trade networks set up here?
Well, not as much as it used to be.
Was
And he kind of clams up at that point.
fantastic idea, Johnny. That doesn't have any issues.
I'd like to come up. I'd like to come up and talk to the dwarves with the alabaster too, because I know I can do something for them. So, what would it be worth? Well, I don't know. The land to be enriched. You say you grow your own food. I can help that. It'll take a bit of magic to do, but I can do it. What would that be worth to you?
The dwarf's eyes immediately brighten, and it instantly seems to light up for a second, and then he immediately becomes guarded. Roll persuasion.
Yeah. I'm not
Don't
sure
be
how I could
persuasion.
not sure how I could assist with that one.
All right.
I guess I'll just say my friend really is talented. He knows his way around nature, and I've seen him do very impressive things. So it's possible he does have a solution.
I might be able to give a demonstration too, but
And give him advantage.
overall,
Well, let's see how he reacts to you first. This is just
You-
for a reaction.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't give
I
him
rolled a
advantage.
natural 3.
No.
He looks it over, and goes, I mean, it wouldn't be bad, but someone so scrawny as you probably couldn't do anything.
I mean,
Well.
I wouldn't judge a book by its covers.
You can.
I know I don't look like that much, so I
Would
can
you
do things.
Would you believe me if I said he's as strong as a bear?
Let me. Yeah. I was just gonna wild shape in front of him.
I say that when you turn into a bear.
as like take this for instance, and into a cave bear.
Several of them back up several steps.
Yeah, that's a little frightening.
And some of them draw their weapons, and then the other dwarf goes, "Did he just turn into a bear?
You turn back. It's creepy.
Can we eat him?"
And I will telepathically tell him he most certainly did see me turn into bear.
And he only said that
And
to
no,
one of
you may
them.
not eat me. Just to the one that spoke. And then I'll turn back.
And the guard captain at this point goes, "Here now, none of that tomfoolery around us, please. If you're gonna do anything like that, at least let us know."
Yeah, that is
Well,
all.
it was a demonstration of what I'm able to do in order to help you.
How does turning into a bear
I
help
hear-
us at all?
To demonstrate the fact that I've got magic.
Yay, you've
then
got
I've got magic that
magic.
can help
Happy to know it. Now, back to the issue at
How would you
hand.
like your land enriched for a year? How would you like your land to be enriched for 1 year?
Oh, and you have the ability to do that, I suppose.
Not today.
He
but
seems
tomorrow I will.
he seems unwilling to believe you, but
I suggest that
did you actually say not today but tomorrow, just out of curiosity?
I did.
I'm.
Yeah,
Albas,
because
He goes,
I don't have
"Yeah,
the ability to
I'll
say
bet.
that.
Tomorrow, uh-huh."
Alabas is gonna say, I suggest you hear my friend out. He's quite impressive. If you just let him show you, and I'll cast suggestion on him.
Oh, bad call.
Okay.
Well, honestly,
Are
That's
dwarves
good.
like
no,
resistant
they
to
don't.
magic?
They don't realize that they're being charmed on a success. That's
All the
true.
other people around.
What about
probably
every
do.
single other one?
What do you mean?
They're
You're
watching you
casting a
cast, yeah.
All
spell,
the others
and then
around.
his mood is gonna modify
Solid
suddenly.
point. I forgot I was. I gotta whip out snake's tongue and honeycomb and go. Hi.
Exactly. It's gonna be a little obvious in front of a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, right at the moment, I have the ability to create a storm and throw lightning wherever I like. But I don't think that's something all of you would appreciate. But if you wanted a demonstration there,
Did you say lightning?
sure.
Well, that's interesting. So you're one of them
It's one of the ways that I
nature
killed
people.
quite a few goblins. He comes in handy from time to time. I think
Yeah.
you could agree with that.
He is a.
And one of the engineers speaks up and goes, "How long can you make lightning strike?"
Well, I could make it last for. I gotta look it up. Up to 10 minutes.
10 minutes per spell, yeah.
10 minutes.
But I can. Sure, but I can bring it back up every once it completes, so I could go even longer if I needed to.
That's interesting. That has some value.
But
He
bear in
he
mind,
glares at the
it
guard.
doesn't now.
Can you use it underground? The other guy, one of the other engineers goes, "Yeah, of course he can't. It's comes from the clouds. How is he gonna get it underground?"
I want to do an insight check
As
on
long
that look
as
to the
there's
guard.
space, I can do it.
Go ahead.
Was it like get prepared? Ah, shit. That's it.
You don't know.
Yep. Sorry, Albert.
Answer to him would be, yes, I can even do it underground. As long as I have enough space for it, it's going to be big,
Do you think
very
it's
large.
possible we could work out an arrangement? Perhaps we help you and you just give us a guarded, maybe without any weapons, just look through your city?
The guard captain immediately speaks up and says, "Absolutely not." And he looks at the engineers and glares at them. And he's not coming in the city to cast his spells either. You know the laws.
Why, though? I'm curious. Something that would just benefit you and have no negative effects.
No
should-
outsider is allowed inside of Sundabar
Says
ever
who?
again.
Says who?
Our leader.
Who's your leader? And could we talk to them?
No, you may not.
And who are they then?
What is it that
Question I asked.
He just glares at you.
They don't have a leader.
what caused these laws?
As
Forgive me, I'm not
if
from
you
these parts,
don't
I'm from
know,
a
says
long
the
way
guard
away.
captain. You
Yeah, that was
abandoned
I live far,
Sundabar.
far away.
You say you? What?
The other races
Because he's
abandoned us and left us to die. And now they are not to be
What was that?
trusted. He glares at the engineers again.
I mean, with my military
Forgive me, but,
background, do I know what
why
he's
does
talking
not
about?
here?
Jesus.
The
three people
Battle of
on-
the Silver Marches, the orc hordes invaded and they put Sundabar to siege, and Sundabar cried for aid and cried for aid and cried for aid, and the other races walled themselves up in their own towns and left them to die.
How long ago was this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, how is Riken
Forgive me.
not out there?
It's probably
mean, I
fighting
must have
orcs on
been-
his own.
Man,
It wasn't part of the campaign, so
listen here, bud. I mean,
Okay.
there's few people that hate orcs more than
the rest
I do.
of the story, though, just to get the rest of the story out there. So what happened is they did eventually ride out and beat the orcs, but it was too late. Like every living creature on the surface in Sundarbar, inside the city itself, was killed.
How many
Only-
people did you lose?
Only the ones underground lived, because they collapsed the tunnels.
Yes, how many people you lost?
Okay.
I mean,
The-
I
the-
lost people to the orcs too, and it's my main goal to kill all those motherfuckers.
He gestures towards the city. The entire city.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help. I was killing them all where I was, you know, and I just personally got some vengeance myself. I lost my family in the raids. And,
He grudgingly seems to give a little ground at that. He says, I understand your loss. It was not you, but Silvery Moon that refused to come to our aid.
I understand. And, you know, it's not my friend's fault here. You know, as soldiers, you know, we just do what we can and what we're told. But
Nevertheless,
hey,
the law is the law, and no one is allowed inside Sunderbar.
I understand.
Of course.
Well, maybe we can help you out as much as we can out here and just be friendly. It feels like we have some common ground.
Yeah, if there's any other way we can assist you.
Well, the engineers this entire time have been kind of arguing back and forth about something. And finally, one of them speaks up and says, "Well, we could bring it up here." He leans over to Olver. He goes, "We're experimenting with something, you see."
Really now.
Interesting.
He starts to explain
I'd be
something
interested
that's
in helping
mechanical
if
in
you could-
nature and chemical.
So,
Ooh, can I listen?
I imagine we're all listening, but whoever understands.
He
it's a
talks
different
about
story.
catching lightning and storing it in something, and then using it to make things move and
Alright,
do
You
things.
lost me. That's crazy.
that's interesting because I can make the lightning strike with too as well. So if you have a target, sun strike, I could aim.
I think you're breaking up, Oliver.
Yeah, I
Does that
can't.
happen to anyone else?
I can't understand what
Oh.
he's saying.
Really?
It seems okay
Uh-oh.
now, but you were just getting a little choppy there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just said that I could make the lightning strike they want them every single time. That way, we can efficiently get they could store this lightning that I can.
And the engineers tell you that that would be worth something to them. Like, they would have to bring all of the stuff up to the surface, but they can't exactly, plan out lightning strikes, so that they'd be willing to put the effort in to bring this stuff up where you could do that.
I mean, seeing as how you all are
Certainly do
already
that.
assisting us, I don't think you necessarily have to pay us anything, right? It doesn't cost us much, right, Oliver?
I mean, I'd be happy to do this in trade for sure, and I'd even be willing to throw in more. Like I said, I feel like it still would be beneficial if I could help enrich your lands. I don't like leaving places like this without it.
Well, I don't even think we need to
Forgive me for saying, but
trade. This could be a good gesture of faith. It's-
I think they both could. I mean, whatever they would like for this. I mean, I want to do both, to be honest. And I don't need to be in the city to enrich your lands.
The dwarves, several of them now, look around at the really desecrated lands around, and actually look at you with a little bit of hope. Like you've possibly given them just a glimmer of hope. Now the captain, he seems to be as gruff and disbelieving as ever. He blows out his mustaches and just harumphs. But, he sees how things have been tipping and stays silent.
I'd be willing to give you this gift. I'd have to do it tomorrow. I'd have to prepare, but it would take me most of the day to do it. But I can do it tomorrow for nothing.
The engineers say that we will start work on your tower tomorrow and begin bringing up supplies, the experimental supplies that we have set up down underneath the Sunderbar. It'll take us a few days to set that up anyways. Work will continue on your tower. It'll probably take about 2 weeks.
Right. Well, in the meantime, while we're waiting for you to drag that stuff out, are your guys' farms in or outside of the capital?
Well, we haven't been farming outside because, and he gestures to the land, there was so much blood spilt upon the land that it is almost infertile.
All right. Well then, how much actual growing supplies do you all have?
They talk amongst themselves and they shrug and they say they don't know.
All
It's
right.
not really their department.
Well, get that stuff out here, and we'll do what we can to help you all with the tower in the meantime. And I think, over when can you do the land thing?
It will have to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Perfect.
Yes, I'll have to prepare,
Then
and tomorrow I can do it.
maybe talk with your unnamed, unknown leader about where you might want the land to be enriched.
It'll be for a mile. It's not just in a small spot. So wherever you would like it, I can send it there.
They tell you that they'll get some experts up to talk to you about that. People that know what they're doing. The engineers don't seem to really be into agriculture.
But they seem like receptive to our ideas, right?
Yeah, you seem
They're
to have,
starving.
you seem to have won them over. Food is obviously something of an issue for them. So
Still too good to eat the apple cores, though.
Since the soldier is being kind of sundeer, I'm gonna go up to the lead engineer, shake his hand, and just be like, "I think it's time for some proper introductions. My name's Riken, and we're the Sorko Sentinels, and we always help our friends."
the captain still just glares at you.
That's fine. But what about the engineer?
The engineers are happy enough to interact with you.
Gonna shake my hand?
Yeah, they'll shake your hand.
Hell yeah, brother.
And
I guess we'll let them get.
they tell you that they're going to need at least a 5,000 gold piece or equivalent in other objects down payment to get started on your tower.
We'll have that ready for them tomorrow when they come by.
Okay. And they will come by and pick it up then. And then they'd say the actual total cost will be determined by the actual other things, the whole lightning thing and the ground and what can be done for their farming grounds.
Well, keep in mind that this is a gesture of kindness. You're welcome to reduce the price, of course, but we're just trying to help out however we can in the meantime.
The guard captain at this point kind of has words with the engineers. He's like, "You don't have the authority to do that." And, a little bit of an argument. And the engineers argue back and say it's their work and their workers, their labor. They get to choose. And then they say, well, we'll have to take it up with His Majesty. And they finally agree to talk it over more once they get back to their own city. But you do hear them, argue back and forth about it.
I guess we'll let them get to, drawing up an estimate for us. Just let them examine the tower. Yeah.
Did I lose everybody? It's very quiet.
Nah, I was just typing. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
So, looking at my childish drawing, are they able to come up with an estimate after walking around and inspecting things?
They tell you they can't really modify around the front door of the tower.
Okay.
That the way the structure is, they don't have the supports necessary to add anything on there.
So something like this, maybe then.
They tell you that the bottom two lines would have to be straight over from the wall instead of down at an angle. So it'd have to go like that wall was going to continue to the right and left, and then go up at an angle to the places where you had it. No, they couldn't do that either.
I mean, I think this is personally fine then, if we only do the back half then, if we don't care about symmetry. I was just doing that to keep things symmetrical, but realistically, this is enough room. And then
They could do something kind of like that, like over and then up, but that's the most that they could do there.
I think we'll be fine. We don't really need. What do you guys think?
Xander's gonna have a ton of time on his hands. He can get on my account and draw this up nice, probably.
What? No, I suck at art.
Look, he got voluntold. Then get your sister over here and do it.
I'll be right
You
back.
know, it's kind of funny. I actually have the bottom floor kind of drawn out because I was testing a tool and I was using that, so I kind of have it already drawn out.
Well, that's great, but it's got to be drawn out on here, or I can't reuse it.
Are those corners okay,
Yeah.
or are you just gonna round those out? I'm okay with rounded corners, but yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like are these corners okay on the bottom here, or do you want to round them out more?
No, they have to be straight over so that the left and right walls that go come back from the doorway and then go left and right, straight left and right, have to continue on for structure, or it will not be structurally sound.
Gotcha. I understand what you're saying now.
Because if they try to put a floor out there, it won't support it.
Like that, essentially.
I'd tell you if I could see it, but I can't see it, so I may probably need. Oh, wait, there it is. Just took a while to show up. Yeah, like that. Structurally, that's about all the area you could use too. If you get too close to the edge of the clouds, it becomes unstable.
Okay. And are these like statues? Like, what are these things? Fables?
No, they're statues.
Okay.
Rather large ones at that.
Are we able to get behind them? Like, if there was a door over here?
Yeah, or we could just say that they were moved or removed. I'm not worried about them actually staying there, is basically what I'm saying. Because Zephyros would have moved them anyway, so we'll just say they're not there. I think they're supposed to be actual guardian statues. but we're not really using them, so we'll say that those are actually up on his floor somewhere. Maybe. But they can move. Because they're technically golems, so it's really not an issue. You can put them wherever. I just can't move them because they're not actually objects on the map.
Well, actually,
But yeah, it's going to take at least a couple weeks to do that. Probably actually a bit longer. It was going to take a couple weeks just to fix the tower. So you probably looking at like a month to actually do the extra construction as well. It's not going to like more than double it, but because they can work on parts of it at the same time, but it is going to take extra time. So you guys will be stuck here for a month if you do that, or at least the tower will be.
I mean, I'm down to skip ahead a month. I mean, even if we started the journey south, the tower would still probably beat us to our destination.
Yeah, it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do. I mean, it makes a good break-off point for tonight, too. You can spend some time either in the chat room or whatever you've got set up to talk to each other, figuring out, what you're going to do while the tower is being done. Obviously, you're going to have to spend some time here, You can't just immediately leave because you're dealing with the whole lightning and the, earth and stuff like that.
Would we be able to make it to Mithril Hall and back in a month?
What was that?
Go ahead, over.
Oh, I'm just saying we could just build a rapport while we're here too. Maybe change some of their laws, at least for us, if they could make an exception for us over time. If we stayed.
So over what spell we're gonna cast or what ability?
I was gonna cast it into the here. Do it right here.
Just link it.
Yep. There you go. Plant growth.
Very bottom.
Yep. So I cast it for 8 hours, and it enriches the land for a half-mile radius, so 1 mile diameter, for 1 year.
It's only a third
and
level.
it yields twice. Yeah, I know, and it gives them twice the amount of food production.
3 times can you do that a day?
How many times a day?
Once.
If you do it twice a day,
I think.
right?
Once.
I mean,
once
I don't
a
know
day.
if you could do it that long. Yeah, I think that would.
That's
take too much
8 hours
concentration.
of basically continuous work. So it's
Yeah. But if we're here long enough, I could do it multiple times.
I'm gonna rule that it's taking willpower to do that, and going over 8 hours, doing 16 hours of continuous straining your willpower, probably would be too much for anybody.
Yeah. Like I said, we could do it several days, so I could repeat the same spell once a day.
Yep. Once a day you could do it. And several castings of it would eventually heal the land within a mile anyways. Or you could move around and do different sections.
Okay.
I'll probably have you do some rolls on that outside of game to determine how effective that is.
Effective on what, healing the land?
Healing the land, yeah. The spell doesn't really encompass the idea of healing desecrated land, so I'm going to rule
Yeah,
that
okay.
it can heal it, but we're going to probably have to do some rolls to see, how quickly it happens, because you have days to keep trying to do it. So it'll
Right. So it shouldn't be
mostly
a problem over time.